We are the Machine Gun Karl Anderson, the Big LG Doc Gallows, the world famous Good Brothers representing Bullet Club. And guys, we are coming live, Poughkeepsie, New York, April 23rd. Impact Wrestling April 23rd. The Good Brothers Impact Wrestling present.
Here we go.
Rebellion live on pay-per-view on Fight TV from the Mid-Hudson Coliseum, Poughkeepsie, New York. There's still a few tickets available. Grab them. See us live. See all the great superstars, all the knockouts, everything that is Impact Wrestling. And then on April 24th, you can join us live, be on television, be a part of hashtag Impact on Access TV. You're listening to the Battleground. Boy, I can't talk today. You're listening to the Battleground podcast. I hope they chop that up.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back into iHeartRadio's official wrestling podcast, the Battleground Podcast. I am your host, Battle, and there's a big thing happening next weekend, and I'm pretty stoked about this. You can call it on TV, Impact Wrestling's spring pay-per-view extravaganza. Rebellion is live April 23rd from MJN Convention Center in Poughkeepsie, New York. Gonna go ahead and bring in my tag team partner, Eli. What's up, buddy? And we've said this on the show before. You can tell who is on the show just by looking at Eli's t-shirts.
This is an old fat shirt, so it's almost down to my middle.
It's like a nightgown?
It's a nightgown, yeah. So, yeah. But representing the brand.
Let's go ahead and bring in our guest today. The Good Brothers join us on the show.
Now we're
there they are.
Eli, we got to rectify that shirt. You lost the weight. It's time to Good Brother up, baby.
You look
going
great.
to. Thank you.
We're going to have to get you one.
Well, since the last time we had you guys, you two-time Impact Tag Team Champions.
We sure are. We're going to get them back.
Though, and
three times soon.
Three's coming right around the corner because
three's a magic number.
Off the air, Battle went ahead and said, guys, are we talking about this or are we not talking about this? We've been talking about it all day. I've been saying all day, I think Impact Wrestling is on fire right now. We have a hell of a roster. We've got probably more interpromotional stuff going on with stars from all over the world than anywhere. AEW is doing a great job with it too. We're putting out all these great TV, these great pay-per-views, this great content. And then we, the Good Brothers, the world famous Bullet Club Good Brothers, get booked in a match that's, well, it's bullshit. It's a bullshit match. Why?
It's you and what, 7 other teams?
Why do we have to fight 7 other teams? Why are we not the honorary world tag team champions? It makes no sense, and I disagree with it.
It doesn't make sense. But here's the thing is, you've been on the show twice, or actually, 3 times, actually.
Yes.
We're battle-tested veterans.
Yeah, so you've been on the show. Good track record. You came on. You went on to win the gold. Came on. Went on to win the tag team titles.
Well, now you're saying that, we're gonna do the same old recipe. It's gonna be a magic killer 1, 2, 3. Just too sweet. We're gonna win them for the 3rd time. Here, make us 8-time world tag team champions. But now I feel better about the match that I was a little upset about earlier.
It is, and here's the thing: is like even though you're going against 7 other tag teams, you don't have to pin the champions to win the match.
Right? They don't have our pedigree either, you know.
Okay. So it's going to be fun to be watching Rebellion live on Fight and pay-per-view, of course. And let's jump right into this. I mean, since coming into Impact back in 2020, you guys,
anniversary, baby.
2-time Impact World Tag Team Champions, soon to be 3-time Impact World Tag Team Champions. What is that keeps you guys driving to be one of the best tag teams on the planet? Well, actually, in the universe.
Talk to us. You know, dude, at the end of the day, we have a bunch of different businesses that we've gone into business together. We have businesses here and there. We have our Talking Shop podcast that we fight each other on having to do because we have to do it all the time. And having a podcast
turned into a job. I don't know if you guys know.
Yeah. No, I know.
Listen, having a podcast, like, I don't want to complain. So I'm trying to have positivity today. It's really hard. I
have to be glass half full Gallows today. He's leaning on me.
But at the end of the day, like we this the only thing, the main thing, the first thing I ever loved besides my parents when I was a kid was pro wrestling. I mean, end of the day, and like so, that's what drives us, man. We still drive to be the best. We have some goals that we have. We talk about all the time that we still want to. We have a lot that we still want to do. I mean, we've done a lot of cool things. we've been in a lot of cool buildings, a lot of cool arenas that a lot of people wish they could have done. But we're just still not 100% satisfied still. And, we've been proud of our time and impact here. I think, debuting in that crazy pandemic COVID era and 0 people in the arena, it's just hard to remember to feel how insane all that was. But
yeah,
it's cool now to have gone from that empty arena to now going out and seeing the people. And the show we had in Philadelphia, or the TV tapings, was unreal. We ended both nights on the going dark and just doing a promo for the people. And it's these people are excited to be out. They're happy to see us, but they're happy to see Impact. And we still have goals, and we still love what we do.
And you guys know, as broadcast journalists, and just like we are, we're fans. And I love saying broadcast journalists, like Bobby Heenan used to always say. Mm-hmm. But wrestling's hot. Wrestling is hot again. It's getting hotter. Impact's at the helm of that. We're doing all kinds of innovative stuff each and every week. So, they've seen us for a long time. So I think people think we're older than we are. We're young veterans. We're in our prime, and we want to keep showcasing exactly what the Good Brothers are and the resurgence of the world famous Bullet Club. Now we're talking.
Yeah, last year when you guys were in Nashville for the bulk of the year doing your tapings, when we finally got to go and be in the crowd, even at a smaller crowd, Slammiversary was incredible. The tapings, it was, Jay White did kind of stag a dagger in my head and my face there a little bit. But
we have the video of this.
Oh, well, can we play it?
Yes, we are going to play this for you guys.
Maybe we should do that.
Now we're talking.
Jay White, the leader of Bullet Club, the man that will defend the never open weight title against David Finlay at New Japan's Resurgence. He took that never open weight title off of the waist of Hiroshi Tanahashi. And now Jay
got him.
Oh, I would have given you that one. That was great.
I know. Well, and at one of the tapings, you did give me one. I got one. And
I think you got it on the forehead the first time.
Yeah.
Well,
so the first tapings we missed, and you kind of did that. And
forehead.
I feel like we finally have turned Jay babyface. So now, if you ever see him again, he'll too sweet you, Daddy.
Well,
it's
we
great.
talked to him, and we played him that, and he
said no.
His whole thing was just be glad to acknowledge you. Okay. That's fine. That's fair.
Jay's still learning.
Well, that's a very sore thing to say. He's developing. I like that. That's
so we'll take it. Speaking of big matches, you guys are no stranger to that. We're roughly 2 weeks away, or I'm sorry, 2 weeks removed from multiverse matches that took place over WrestleMania weekend, Dallas. You guys were the main event and were victorious over Briscoes, who are obviously considered one of the best in the world right now. What was that event like? Like you said, convergence of a lot of different talent, a lot of different companies. Multiverse, love it. And then did the match with the Briscoes live up to you guys' expectations?
It felt like Impact was I felt like they've been doing this a lot, starting with maybe us coming in Slammiversary 2020, but it felt historic. It felt like a moment. It felt like something people will remember, and when they go back and look at it, it's a benchmark to what we're doing and what's going on with a lot of these other companies right now. And that was our third match with the Briscoes, once in Ring of Honor, once in New Japan, once in Impact. So kind of a rubber match, and we hit that magic killer. But we professionally have always admired them. They're buddies of ours. They're great, hard-hitting professional wrestlers. So anytime we get to mix it up with them, I think it's great. And I think it's a big coup for Impact Wrestling. We have them coming in for these television tapings. They'll be here in Poughkeepsie. So it's exciting. Is it a challenge? Yes. Do we love that? Hell yes.
Yeah, I feel like it's early in the story of the Good Brothers versus the Briscoes. So
there's a lot more to come.
And there's a lot there to it.
The FTR and them, they killed it. Then they had to come over and wrestle us immediately after that. But like he said, there's a whole hell of a lot more to what we can do with those guys.
It was cool. Yeah. It was cool to see Ishii. I haven't seen Ishii in a while, and he's my buddy, from years of working over there. And I love watching him. I love watching Ishii. I think everybody does if you get wrestling right. And it's just cool. Impact's doing some cool stuff, and then after that, we taped the IPWF stuff, and that was a lot of fun. We did the old second. I got to be Chad Too Bad. Chad Too Bad turned heel. I'm not giving stuff away, but it doesn't matter, does it? Chad Too Bad got to be a bad guy, and that's what I had a great time. Like I said, at the end of the day, we truly love. We just love to do it.
To entertain. Uncle Sex Ferguson on hand too. So that's a night off for me. I was having a blast.
And that's the thing is we've watched this since, the pandemic era. Impact has done everything right. I feel as if, and everybody talks about this, Tony Khan is this forbidden door. I really think that Impact Wrestling is the forbidden door, because if you look at it, Impact Wrestling's worked with everybody. Impact Wrestling had one of their superstars on WWE at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, and I mean, kudos to TK for opening that forbidden door too. But I think you're right. I think that it kind of started in Impact Wrestling, and if anybody remembers, the first people to walk through were the Brothers Good. We showed up on AEW. We shocked everybody, and from there, stuff started taking off, which is very cool. And now you look at Impact, and like you said, we've had people from every promotion in and out. We got New Japan Pro Wrestling on Access TV now that immediately follows Impact Wrestling. So if you're a fan at all, like I am, I sit there. That's a wrestling block for me.
Yeah.
So it's a great time to be a fan as well.
For sure. And I feel as if maybe Scott D'Amore is the key holder for the forbidden door, and he just opens it whenever he wants.
Well,
Scott.
There's 3 keys on that ring, though.
Yeah.
Scott D'Amore, Karl Anderson, Doc Gallows.
I was going to say.
There we go.
Scott and Good Brothers. Got it.
And it's great. And of course, Impact Wrestling Spring Pay-Per-View Extravaganza Rebellion is live April 23rd. It's in Poughkeepsie at the MGM Convention Center. Of course, you can watch that on Fight. You can also grab your tickets at impactwrestling.com. Now, I kind of want to talk about the Briscoes for a little bit, because they're confirmed for the upcoming TV tapings that you guys are going to be a part of. So what does bringing in another legendary tag team like them do for Impact Wrestling? Because you said, I mean, the roster is stacked when you look at Impact Wrestling's roster. What can we expect? I mean, are we going to get more storylines between you guys, possibly titles down the line against you versus them?
I mean, why the hell not? And you look at, like, now the Motor City Machine Guns just reunited too. So that's 3 legendary tag teams under one roof. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, have the Machine Guns and the Briscoes ever mixed it up? And that's a hell of a triple threat match with the Good Brothers, the Briscoes, and the Motor City Machine Guns too. Like, you got to give those guys credit too, because they're pillars of early Impact of TNA. All the way through, both training in Scott D'Amore's dojo and stuff like that. So I mean, our tag team rosters is pretty much loaded all the way up right now. So it's cool to have new challenges and new matches.
Here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to throw this out there, and maybe Scott's watching this, but if we get this, you have the Motor City Machine Guns reuniting, right?
Yep.
Let's do a fatal 4-way. You guys are the Impact Tag Team Champions, all right? You guys versus the Briscoes versus Motor City Machine Guns, and let's go ahead and throw in the American Wolves.
Think about okay. So that's doable as well. You got the American Wolves. And then if you want to go back in WWE and people who are getting hot now and stuff, you got Matt Cardona and Brian Myers have reunited and really reestablished themselves, because the work that those guys have done outside of Impact. And then you also, we don't want to sleep on them, even though we love to joke with Heath, but you got Heath and Rhino that are former World Tag Team Champions too. So like when you really look at that at VBD, so like, it's loaded all the way up. I think it's a cool time for tag team wrestling for sure.
Hey, it's not easy to make it as a formerly known as either. And Cardona and Myers are coming back. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
It really, I mean, honestly, there was a time where if you left WWE, that was kind of like the dagger. You're kind of like, okay, go back to the minor league or whatever. You know what I mean?
You could probably Google and look it up. And there's some that have fell off, right?
We didn't believe in that, obviously, because we just don't.
We also
do it. But
we also
but
fought to keep our names.
It's cool to see our friends out there doing well too, and I think it just stacks the division, man.
I also think it's cool that they didn't change my name to Tim Johnson and you were Joshua Evergreen.
Joshua Evergreen has legs.
Well, let's dig into Rebellion. April 23rd. That's my anniversary. So
there you go.
There you go.
I get to tell my wife what we're doing. Hey, guess what?
We're watching wrestling.
We're watching wrestling. You're gonna love it, honey.
We got some graps coming on. So VBD unfortunately did sneak a win in against you guys, so they will be heading into the event as
beat the hell out of me.
Yeah, but
I saw that.
But we'll skip past that.
Yeah.
There are 7 other teams going on. There's going to be 16 men in this match at one time. How do you prepare for this after just coming off a Briscoes match, after coming off the beating from VBD? I mean, what do you now
after
you're back
in the New Japan match we have this coming week? I mean, there's a lot to it. We're on the road, but we're road warriors, man. So it's exciting, and we always have a little strategy. We always got a little something in our back pocket, and that doesn't change. Now, Is the unknown factor a big factor in this? Well, yeah. How do you prepare for it? But
Yeah,
see what happens when we get there.
Yeah, you can't put a match in front of us that
We haven't done.
bother us or scare us or worry us, because I think we've been in everything that there is. I think we've both been in, besides, I guess, a tag team cage match or something like that.
I don't know that we haven't though. We just can't remember.
I feel like we have.
yeah.
But yeah, no, we're always prepared. We're always ready to rock and roll. Like we know what to do when the time comes.
We did media. We've been doing media all day. We've been pushing these Poughkeepsie shows, the legendary Mid-Hudson Coliseum. And a guy came on with stats, and he said that in multi-man tag matches, we're like
undefeated.
Yeah. So
whoa, that's crazy.
It's kind of our match, guys.
It's like a weird baseball stat. Like
it's a weird baseball stat.
Yeah.
So you've got the stats and then the good luck of coming on this show. So you're good then.
I mean, yeah. If we don't win, like, what the hell?
So on your anniversary, you're gonna watch us turn into 3-time Impact World Tag.
Oh, I'll be tweeting it. I'll tag both y'all and tweet it while it's happening.
Yeah.
If for some reason we don't, just go have dinner.
Yeah.
Just turn it off after that one.
Well,
Just be like,
I thought they were winning.
Well, they're still good. Anyway,
let's go to Applebee's. Let's go.
No, there's going to be a ton of great matches, but we care about ours.
Yeah, there's a lot of great matches, and we kind of briefly talked about this just a second ago about all the tag team matches that we could think of, and of course, tag team dream matches seem to have been popping up lately. Everybody wants to know, especially with the recent matchup of FTR and the Briscoes, as well as you guys and the Briscoes. Now, is there a team or teams that you haven't faced yet that in your career you want to score a W on? Now's your chance to call them out.
Well, I think that the layup and Impact, I mean, there's layups all over the globe, but the layup and Impact is Motor City Machine Guns and a straight tag. I don't think we've ever done that. I think people will get a big kick out of seeing that. I think when the time comes, they're bona fide Impact Hall of Famers just like us. We'll probably go in 3 or 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Hall of Fames to
yeah, we're going to have a lot of Hall of Fames to do when we get a little older.
Just as long as
it's going to be taxing making all those towns.
Just as long as we get enough, as long as we get as much time as Hillbilly Jim did.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yes,
I can't even make a joke about that because I'm still so offended by it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to like buy some.
No, we love you, Hillbilly Jim.
We love you, Hillbilly Jim.
We're just ripping on the
You
square.
did suck the life out of us.
We're just ripping on the square.
Nobody cares about the guy at Route 7 who you had to thank because he sold you peanuts.
Yeah.
Listen, Motor City Machine Guns versus the Good.
We love Hillbilly. I'm just.
Motor City Machine Guns versus the Good Brothers. I feel like is money for us at some point for sure.
Yeah. What was it? Oh, what? Yeah. What do you think? Do you guys want to tangle it up with the Hardys before they wrap it up?
Man, we've wrestled the Hardys a ton. We want the Hardys again. I mean,
y'all had it. Yeah, several.
Yeah, we wrestled them so much that we forgot we've done it. And
yeah,
the way that our things work is we're not necessarily allowed to go out there and do a bunch of independents. We can, wrestle in my shows for Impact Plus, and we can do some appearances, but we can't always do the big independent stuff because Scott pays us lots of money. And we appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think the Hardys one more time would be great. I think us and the Young Bucks would be killer at some point somewhere. So there's still a lot of them out there. For sure.
I just want to stay in a faction with the Young Bucks for as long as possible.
So we don't actually ever want to wrestle them. We just want to hang out with them because it's too much fun.
Yeah. I think the story was supposed to go to us like wrestling in. We just kept begging.
We just kept going
let's just stay in a group.
Let's just hang
out.
Let's just be here. Let's
talk.
Just
fun.
Yeah.
Let's hang out in the back. Let's just go beat some people up. We don't want to actually sit across from you guys. We'll be down there hanging out with you.
Yeah, we'll take you guys through all night.
Hey, AEW for 9 months was some of the most fun I've ever had in the business.
Well,
seeing my friends.
my wife hates. I have gone back and watched the basically the premiere of Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson numerous times. You guys were involved in that. You guys have a tendency to be involved in big moments. Undertaker's last match, Adam Cole debuting.
Just give us a little bit of the
that was Undertaker thing. Undertaker thanking us in the Hall of Fame speech was another crowning moment. We appreciated that too because we were there. So.
It's true.
That was a cool moment to be. I remember when Adam Cole's music hit. That was awesome. And everyone thought that was the end of the show, right? And then Brian comes out. I mean, I get chills now thinking about it.
I like y'all exited very quickly. Like I should point out, I was like, see, Carl, he got out. He's like, none of that. Yeah. So
trying to get all physical.
I'm good, boys.
But let's talk about some Bullet Club business. One is kind of a serious question. One is kind of a funny question. I mean, so in the past, we've seen, for example, AJ Styles, when he left and went to greener pastures, not quite a mob hit, but you had to get him out the door in a way that you do. That didn't happen with a lot of people. I mean, do you think we're kind of slowly heading towards maybe a Bullet Club Elite thing, or is the Elite still Bullet Club and there's no hard feeling? I mean, what's the...
Well, we're the OGs. We handle shit differently. It's just the way it is. I mean, Machine Gun from day one, me a few months later, and that's the way we handle it. And that's why it's time to take it back over and do our thing. But we love the Elite, man.
I consider the Elite as Bullet Club. Yeah. I always have. And I think that's kind of why we had to get rid of Tama, because he was always the one getting so angry and about what the Young Bucks and Kenny, what they did. And it's like, I never cared what they did. And they're doing their thing. That's great. But we're all collectively in the Bullet Club. And I feel like we're still Elite. Baby.
It's over every company, man. We're still boys. Yeah. That's the way it's supposed to be.
And that's what we
said back in the day. Eventually, we're going to run the whole business, and we do.
Yeah, and that's what Jay said when we had him on. He's like, we're going to have Bullet Club across everything, and it's not just one thing. And I think that's great. And I also love this on Twitter. Just the interaction between you guys and Tama after everything that happened between y'all. Like, I'm just sitting here, and it's like watching your parents fight. And you're just sitting there watching it on Twitter, like, do I like this? Like, if I like this tweet, am I taking their side?
Yeah. No, I agree. But hey, man, like, it's the truth, though. And Jay, we're already there. It's just going to expand more. I mean, Impact, WWE, AEW, New Japan, CMLL, it's everywhere.
Yeah. Well, the second part of that with the Bullet Club is more of a fun one. Is Jeff Jarrett still in the Bullet Club?
Yeah, I think for life.
It is for life. I mean,
guys, we're putting Scott Norton in the Bullet Club Saturday. It's amazing. He's going to be the second NWO member to enter the Bullet Club. Big Kev, Scott, God rest his soul. They gave the blessing, but Scott's tagging with the boys in Chicago at Windy City Riot for New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's great stuff.
Yeah, Jeff Jarrett's still in for sure. Why not?
We love it.
I mean, he did. He was involved about
he's got the stroke, baby.
Yeah,
he does.
And he's what is it? He's doing the whole Last Cowboy thing now in GCW. Like he still go, man.
No, he can't. He still looks cool.
He sent us some brotherly texts. We kind of had an idea that he was gonna do something because he said, "I'm putting the boots back on in 2022." We both popped huge. We love that.
Yeah. Well, when we found out about it, because there's a show coming up in May down the street from us in Portland, and like Jeff Jarrett's a part of it. And one of the big things that they just announced was PG-13 is getting back together for this show.
Yep.
And now there you go. What? That's a Lariato Pro. The Good Brothers versus PG-13.
There you go.
And Bill Dundee is going to be their manager for it.
I'm coming to the show. Give me the day.
Yep. I mean, and we're like, what?
How did this happen? So so we'll reach out to their people and be like, hey, let's get Good Brothers versus PG-13.
Do it. Let's just do it and get it over with.
We love PG. I love PG-13. I know both of those guys, and they're both hilarious. And Wolfie D is another level. So
Wolfie D. Yep.
But so here's something interesting, and I want to bring this up, and this one's for you, Doc. You were quoted in an article regarding Tony Khan's purchase of ROH, calling it positive. What makes you believe that, and where do you see ROH fitting in with the landscape of pro wrestling now that it's...
I guess my answer to it would be, why would it not be positive? Will we let a brand like that for 20, 25 years was built, established superstars, crossed over to Impact, WWE, AEW, New Japan, and kind of, and I consider Bullet Club part of this too, that like modern day pro wrestling was affected by all these things. So, if whatever business thing went on between them and Sinclair, why let the brand die?
Yeah.
I don't think it's a problem whether it's a developmental or a sister promotion or whatever, because AEW has a full roster. I mean, anybody can see that. So give these guys a platform, see who's the next one to step up and stand out, keep producing pay-per-views and content, because there's a ton of fans right now who want it. And then you see whether they stay in ROH, however that develops, or whether they go on to AEW TV, or whether they jump over to us at Impact. Like, bring it. Let's get wrestling as hot as we can get it, man. And that's a good way to do it. Why not?
Right, for sure. And it's like, you can't not watch TV and there be wrestling on some night of the week, whether you get it on TV, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter.
And there was a time it was one night a week, then 2 nights a week. But I mean, you can watch wrestling 7 nights a week if you care to do so. Like, if I was a teenager right now, I don't know, man. I'd have no time to do anything.
Right.
Well,
I mean, that's the thing is like my wife gets so mad because I'm like, hey, wrestling's on. I got to go watch, even though it's like 30 minutes. Got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's great because, again, every night you've got wrestling. Impact Wrestling has done everything right. I really liked, and I've said this numerous times on any interview that we've done with Impact roster, I really like what Impact did when they took their shows to Twitch.
Yeah.
Because at the time, and this is just me saying this, I didn't know what Channel Anthem was. Sure. And I had trouble finding it, but then I was like, it's on Twitch. You can do watch-alongs. People could share it on their Twitch channels, and it just gets you more people on there. And then you get to interact with those wrestling fans in the chat.
And it's like we have the Impact Insiders on YouTube now.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Impact Plus app. It's $7.99 a month. You have a ton of new content. You have the TV shows airing, but like what, Myers and I, we were in Nashville in the pandemic. We would drink a couple White Claws and start watching the old pay-per-views after the show because it was oh my God, I forgot that guy was there. And do you remember it?
Yeah.
It was a blast, man.
Yep.
It's great. And that's the thing that I like about Impact. Of course, not only can you get all that stuff on YouTube, but of course you can go back and watch stuff on the Impact app. Like I go back, I was there. It was actually the second show. It was at Municipal Auditorium when NWA TNA launched. So it was at Municipal. So I was there, and then I was there every Wednesday night for the weekly pay-per-views. Yeah. And I remember going to them every week, and I was just like, this is the coolest thing in the world. And as time has changed, like Impact has stayed like at least 3 or 4 steps ahead of everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and every time you thought it would dip, it popped back up, and it did it again. I mean, we give ourselves a little credit for that, but I think we deserve it because I think Slammiversary 2020, we pop up and people go, oh, damn, they're doing that now? Let's take a look.
Yeah. And it was wild because you didn't really think that 2021 Slammiversary could top that. But I mean, just from a performance standpoint, it was a top to bottom incredible show. I mean, we had a lot of fun at that pay-per-view. And now I don't know where we're at.
With the world opening back up now, it's like, it's so fun now to get Impact back in front of people. Like there's, can't explain how much fun that's.
I mean, we're at the Mid-Hudson Coliseum for these shows, and we've never appeared there as a tag team, so that's a fun one for us. We've been in some of the most famous arenas in the whole world together, but
we love New York.
You check another one off, and this is a market that we love to be in too. So I'm excited for the fact we're 80 miles north of New York City. So not only do we get Poughkeepsie and the upstate New York fans who we've seen a ton, who always give us love, but you also have the people from the city who can, an hour and a half up the road. There we are live.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of bouncing off the, whole Forbidden Door thing. The Briscoes actually just competed and won the NWA Crockett Cup. Is that an event you guys would be interested in performing in at some point?
We're interested in doing anything. That'd be, we love to do some NWA stuff. I grew up on NWA. So and I'm actually a former NWA tag team champion.
Well, I'm a former NWA Southern Tag Team champion. It's not as big of a deal. Still fact, Iceberg and me, champs.
Yeah, that'd be great. Like I said,
never lost. Had to go back to Japan, vacate the title. No big deal.
We're looking forward to having some big matches around the world. Now.
Yeah,
once we win these titles back, it's gonna. And like I said, with the world being open, it's badass.
We want to win the titles and take them on a world tour, man.
Yes.
Oof, very nice.
So we're going to New York next week. We go to Cincinnati the week after that or something, or a couple weeks after that. Where are we going next after this? Nashville sometime again?
Yeah, we got Nashville coming up. We got Atlanta, Georgia coming up. I want to take the Impact World titles to Europe, to Japan, to Australia, to Canada. Take them everywhere, man. That's what we do.
Of course. And getting those Impact Tag Team titles starts next Saturday, April 23rd in Poughkeepsie, New York, Impact Wrestling's Rebellion, which, of course, you could watch it live on Fight. You could still grab tickets for all those that are watching this in Poughkeepsie and listening to this interview. Get them at impactwrestling.com. So I kind of want to ask this, and we just kind of peel the curtain back. And, of course, there's never a dull moment when you deal with the IWC or all the dirt sheets. Sure. And, there's all these rumors going around. You're heading here, you're going there, your contracts are ending there, this, that, and the other. What is most important to you guys when you see this? Only people know are you.
Our contract thing, that was not an issue earlier, but it popped up.
Yeah, we actually, right before y'all hopped on, we're like, what is this?
It's public knowledge. We said we signed a 2-year deal when we signed it. It doesn't mean we're going anywhere.
Right.
It just means our contracts are up.
Yeah.
Give us the love. Daddy.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe we've re-signed them already. People just don't.
Yeah, they're just talking.
Hey, it's driving more buzz because that's the thing is you sit here and you see these stories and you're like, oh, so-and-so's contract's up. Where are they heading next? And it's like you read certain ones and it's like Good Brothers heading back to WWE or AEW or whatever. And I'm like,
I can say this much. I'll say this much right now. We've been like the 5 minutes after we left WWE, Scott Moore called us immediately and wanted us to come to Impact. So like we're very loyal to how quickly Scott wanted us here.
Yeah, Scott was ready for us out of the gate. And clickbait's what makes the internet go around. I'm glad they're clicking on it and reading about Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
We're proud of what we did here these last 2 years. It's been like some of the most fun time I've ever had in the wrestling business, being around some of my greatest friends. And we've had, especially in the in the middle of all that, just like
craziness,
the pandemic insanity.
Yeah.
But Impact has been amazing to us, and it's been two of our favorite years we've ever had in the business.
Yeah, we've had a great team.
Well, and I mean the times we've been lucky enough to chat with you guys have put over Impact every time. I mean, this isn't a buzz thing for you guys. I mean, like you literally love the company. A lot of times when we talk to people, they don't even mention the company. They're always talking about, doing indies or the outside stuff.
Right.
I mean, you guys are very, make sure to give props to that.
Yeah, so. No, we appreciate Impact and hopefully they appreciate us. And it's all about building the brand, man. We talk about that with our own brand, but the Impact brand as well. And we're creating a lot of new stars right now. And again, like I've been saying all day, but wrestling is hot again and it's going to keep getting hotter. And we want to be at the forefront of that. We want Impact.
We want people to see that we're having fun where we're at. Like we enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like fuck, if the Good Brothers are having fun there, maybe we should go there too. And it's
right
because we're on the phone with people a lot. We're always shooting little brotherly text messages.
We
come play with us.
We talk to a lot of people that you see on the TV now and brought them straight there. I mean, Big Cass came back to pro wrestling on one of our shows in Georgia.
And he's incredible shape and
just killing it on Impact.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We put him right on the Impact Plus app, and he goes, "Dude, I remember why I love this. I got my life together. I'm in the best shape ever. Here we go." And I was a proud dad.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I mean, he's getting world title matches. I mean, he's in a way better place than
100%. Man.
And that's the thing is like when we've talked to everybody from the Impact roster, every time we've done these interviews, you can genuinely tell anytime we start talking about Impact, like it's the face lights up. Everybody loves what they're doing there. Yeah. And you can tell you guys genuinely have fun. Like when we were at those TV tapings in Asheville, you guys coming out before the show even started, cutting promos and interacting with the crowd. Yeah. And even on nights you weren't wrestling, you were still there coming out, talking to everybody.
Mm-hmm. That's what it's all about. We love what we're doing. We've been saying that all day too. Like we still love pro wrestling like we always did. It's our first love. So
yeah,
of course we're going to be there.
That's awesome. Yeah. I have two quick questions, and then I don't know if Battle's got anything.
We'll just wrap it up after that.
Yeah, that'll work. One is the Bullet Club, and one's just kind of a pulse of the, whatever. So I don't know if he's the most recent, but he's the most one that I know off the top of my head. Chris Bay is now Bullet Club, and he is a phenomenal wrestler. I mean, that is. Yes. I mean, that is like lightning in a bottle. Like that's like you see it on paper, like, well, that makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. What does he bring to the group that maybe wasn't there before? And then second part of that is like, what do you look for if you're, when you're recruiting for new Bullet Club members? Like, what is something that like catches your eye for somebody?
I think Bay, more about what he brings to it, more than what he brings to it. It's almost like he just fits, right?
Fits.
Like I didn't know him very well. I didn't know him before I came to Impact, and I didn't talk to him a ton. I just honestly just hello, right? But I saw over these last couple of years. I saw how damn good he was, and then we got put. Then he came into the group, and it was like, well, now let me see what he's got, right? Well, we go on the stage. We're walking down in our first Bullet Club interview, or our first Bullet Club entrance together. The people react to the music. They react to us standing there. He told me he had chills in his arms. It was like, so he gets it. He understands this is cool. And I said, well, that's cool. Now give me a Scott Hall walk. And he goes, gotcha. And he starts walking down the ramp. I go, this kid fucking gets it. Right?
I mean, yeah. And you see the potential in him. It was a natural fit, but like he sent us a text and he actually tweeted it, but he sent us the text message first, which was really cool because like we're just really getting to know this kid and we want to highlight him as much as we can.
Yeah.
And it was a screenshot of him sharing on Facebook 6 years ago today. It was our debut on Monday Night Raw, and he wrote, like, "Look how effing cool these guys are." I'm getting chills right now.
Dang.
Yeah.
Now I'm with you guys. How cool is that? And I go, it's only going to get cooler from here, but he gets it.
He was like a 17-year-old kid.
He
then,
was a
you know?
kid,
Yeah. Well, and
it's
that's
cool
the thing
when
too,
those
is how
guys-
young he is.
That's what's kind of cool now, like with Bullet Club. What I want to do is, like, I feel like we went here, we went there. Like, I think it's really cool to get the microphone now and like put over these guys like Chris Bay, talk about how cool he is, and let the people.
It's the evolution of it, man.
Yeah.
And there's a chance now for Jay White to, you know, be in the front and show how good he truly is.
And let him be up there with the AJs and the Kennys and us and everybody else, man.
Yeah.
And Chris Bay will be there too. Just, you know, it takes just a little. Sometimes guys like us can just help shove him there. You know.
Yeah. Kind of
Sure.
forcefully push them into their future there. Yeah.
People need to do it, man. Yeah.
Well, we don't want to take up too much of your time. Again, Impact Wrestling Spring Pay-Per-View Extravaganza Rebellion is going down next Saturday, April 23rd in Poughkeepsie. And again, you can watch it on Fight. You can grab tickets if you're in the area at impactwrestling.com. Real quick, before we let you go, what do you want to say to the fans listening? Where do you want to send them? Where do you want them to buy stuff? And can I get a bottle? Is the wine and whiskey still out there?
Oh, yeah. It's still out, tnsmania.com. All I want to say is this. We're everywhere right now. Follow our socials at Machine Gun KA, at @the_Big LG. And for the Bullet Club, for the world famous Good Brothers, for the Machine Gun Karl Anderson, for Daddy Dangley, the Big LG Doc Gallows, you're listening to the Battleground Podcast. Too sweet, baby.